Make sure it says Captain. Captain, yes. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Screen to share, screen one. There we are. Editing video. Editing a video. Let's see. Type show link to drop link. And let's pin that. Pin the message. Okay. And we'll play solitaire for a few minutes. Let's see this. That's better. That is better. Let's go up a little bit higher, right? Let's try something different. I don't think that's going to affect the sound as far as being recorded is concerned. It's a little bit crooked. Okay, so there we are. Now let's go back just a heck. That's nice. Okay, so now let's see what we've got here. And let's play solitaire until we get an audience. Let's see, are we going to win this? Is that camera in my way? Not really. I think we're going to be okay. Let's watch this on the other channel. Okay, I can hear myself. That's good. Let's just turn the sound off. There, sound is off there. Okay, so what we're doing is we'll move this a little bit closer because we don't really want all that crap to show up in the background there. Let's see. Captain's hat, is it centered? For some reason, it had never seemed centered properly. Susanna Morjon, thank you for coming by. I saw you yesterday. And Caesar Mocha, thank you for coming by. I saw you last week. I checked, and I didn't see anything new and exciting on your channel. Susanna, yeah, swimming in a not a hot tub, hot spring. I'd love to have been there. Okay, so we're not going to play a lot of solitaire. We'll play solitaire for one more minute because we started. See if we can win this mess. I don't know. What do you think? Is there any chance that we're going to win this? And then once we do that, we'll... oh, that was a mistake. We'll edit the cooking video that I was referring to yesterday, the cheeseburger mac and cheese. And I looked at the footage already very, very quickly. I cheated. And it does look pretty good. Are we going to win here? I don't know. Are we going to win it in one pass through the deck? I don't know. What do you think? Can't tell. Oh, no, we're not going to win in one pass through the deck, but we might get pretty close. That's there. Put that there. Okay. Looks like we're going to win it within two passes through the deck. So I consider that to be pretty good. Okay, let's put that there, put that there. So all we're looking for is another king. There's that king. And we've won. Akariva, thank you for coming by. Eminem, thank you for coming by. I listened to your Russian radio there for Russian radio, was it? I can't remember where it was. Didn't understand a word, but it was interesting background sounds anyway. Okay, let's get rid of that. No, we're not going to deal that again. Let's, okay, so I already put the footage. This is the footage from this photo shoot. Where did it go? That's not it. That's the stills. So that's the stills from this. Here, this is the shots from the photo shoot yesterday. Yeah, Russian military radio. Yeah, I didn't understand a word. But when I was really, really young, I did want to be a ham radio. So I never built a transmitter, but I built a couple of receivers. And I wanted to buy a Heath kit, but my father wouldn't put up the 20 or 30 bucks that it cost at the time, which would be like in the 50s, right? So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. There was a boat getting rescued yesterday that being towed in, and I turned on the Marine VHF to see if get any story there. So why is this coming backwards here? I don't know what I'm doing there. That's the day. Oh, I see what I did there. Okay, that's a previous shot. So here, so this isn't a bad shot to explain the boat kitchen layout. Yeah, it's not bad at all, right? That turned out okay. So that was good yesterday. So let's go back and look at. So this is the footage from the cooking. Trekking. How are you? Thank you for coming by. You know, it was absolutely, it was expensive, but I learned to read circuit diagrams, and it was a 1N4. Was that the diode that I think it was a 1N4 was the diode of the day that would be and then with a bunch of capacitors and a whole lot of coil winding. Bardazzle, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I managed to pick up, I guess, mainly, if I remember correctly, Voice of America. So that would have been the American stations broadcasting towards Cuba in those days and South America in those days. Hey, Allison Mapp, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. Should be over at Lashana's, but we're not. So yeah, so give up on pardon me, on ham radio. It's fun listening to it. So anyway, so this is the footage. Mac and cheese. And what I wanted to do, I'd done the hot dog mac and cheese, and that was kind of interesting and had an interesting taste. And I did tuna mac and cheese with canned tuna. So this is really like a boat-based recipe that you make with stuff that you can easily keep in a pantry or on a shelf in a boat. And then we did cheeseburgers in paradise, sort of, pardon me, sort of homage to Jimmy Buffett when he passed away. And I got an okay reaction. The boat, actually, the barbecue on the boat didn't get the reaction that I had hoped for. So, but it still it was fun doing it, and it tasted good. It was a nice taste in the back of the boat. So this is cheeseburger mac and cheese. So, what's a cheeseburger? A cheeseburger is beef, of course, and cheese, and ketchup, and mustard. So I figure, okay, let's make a mac and cheese with those flavors. And this is the result. Let's work on this particular clip. Let's make it zoom out a little bit, make it move it up a little bit, and there. So that turned out nicely. I got to get this green to be a little bit greener. I always find that when I'm editing, green is never as green as you want it to be. So that's putting it down. That's putting it down. It took me a while to get this thing centered. So that's nice. But I like this one too. I'm picking up a piece of the thing. So let's get rid of this clip. Go through a process of renaming it. So what number is it? It's 117. Delete. Yes, you're gone. go over here to our package of our folder of clips, put a Z in front of it so that it gets out of our way, and then we can get rid of it later on when we're really sure haven't changed our mind. And let's zoom the timeline a little bit here. So this is the same thing here. So here I'm dishing it out. I'm starting at the end because for the introduction, I want to have, hey, brave buddy Elvie, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you again. Nice to see you. I was out listening to Christmas music. What? It's only what is it? It's September. We barely had Labor Day, and we got Christmas music again. But it was a nice sound. It was interesting versions of sort of some favorite sound. Hey, friends of Dashers, is out visiting you. I saw you showed up in my recent subscribers and added you. So let's give you a wrench, and you can network as you wish. Okay, so I did this several times till I got it right, and for some reason I like this one. How long is it? It is 13 seconds. So 13 seconds is long enough to introduce what the final product looks like. Let's get rid of this guy as well. Reveal in project. What number is it? It's 115. Delete. Yes. Where's number 115? Number 115. Go away. And I'll delete those later. There's a 4 gigabyte hard drive and it's getting full way too fast. Okay, so here now we don't need the soundtrack here because it's really just the dish. Okay, so here, so we'll start here. We'll start with a bit of action where we're putting it on the woven mat. I like that mat. I don't know where it came from. Is the quality good? Is that in focus? I can't even tell. Yeah, it is. Look how sharp the green onions are. Okay, so here we've got that, and he's picking it up, and he's going to taste it, and that's the end of that clip. So that's what? 6 seconds? 6 seconds is perfect. We're going to put that at the beginning. We're going to by making a copy of it. Control-C, Control-V. Hello, Control-V. And then there's other ways of doing this in Premiere. But here we're going to drag it to the beginning. We're going to hold down Control for an insert edit. And we've got an intro. Now, the next thing I want to do for my intro is I want to find this, make this timeline a bit smaller so we can get through it today. The bargain away. So what do we do? I want a bit of the cooking as the intro. Meat in the pan, chopping up the meat, some spices. Okay, so that's already too far. So maybe this is nice. This is nice, right? So we've got some sizzle. And if we zoom out a little bit, let's move that over. I'm not sure why I'm not centering my camera. I'm doing something wrong. Let's... Hey, Living After 50, thank you for coming by. Nice to have you. Nice to have you. I'm going to try to edit this and come up with a good storyline. Now, the problem is it only took me 7 minutes of footage to make this, and I want my videos to be around 8 minutes. But we're going to have it's going to be just shorter because it's a simple dish, and that's probably part of what makes it interesting, that it is a simple dish. Okay, so what we're going to do with this, again, we're going to make a copy of it, stick it out here where we can play with it. And because I don't want to disrupt the original, I'm going to have different plans for that. So here, I do want to keep the sizzle sound, and so there's a lot of empty frying pan there, right? So what if we go from here? So the frying pan's empty there. Okay, so from here on in, it looks more interesting, right? The frying pan is pretty well full. And now if we go to the end, we're squishing the tomatoes. We got 10 seconds. Okay, we don't need 10 seconds. 8 seconds is probably enough. Bit of noise there of the cooking. Okay, so I like that. So let's take that and move that over to the beginning. So now our intro is going to be the finished product, the cooking, basic cooking of it, and then we're going to get into some boring stuff. So the boring stuff is cooking the noodles. And again, I cheated a little bit here. Hey, Dorothy, thank you for coming aboard on a Thursday night. I thought I was going to be at a photo club I belong to, but the topic of discussion was going to be a little bit boring, a little bit depressing. It was a woman talking about her photography of rescue animals, rescue cats and dogs. So it's interesting, but not that interesting. This was more interesting. So now, what have I got? Okay, so we got that here. We're cooking. Okay, so we got a minute of cooking noodles. We don't need a minute of cooking noodles. What's cooking? We're cooking a cheeseburger mac and cheese. Hey, M&M, thank you for coming back. Yeah, thank you for coming back. Okay, so what we're going to do, last time we brought up, I brought up the my green screen introductions. The fact that the introductions,
everybody loves cheeseburgers.
they're not really recorded on the boat. The background was recorded on the boat because there's not enough room for lights and cameras. If you were watching me yesterday photographing the galley for the cookbook, and I got such good reaction to the cookbook, I was really happy with that. So Dorothy, I'm just going to explain cheeseburger mac and cheese in this introduction. So this is me in front of a green screen. What am I saying?
Everybody loves cheeseburgers. The cheesy, ketchupy, mustardy flavor in every bite. So in this recipe, I'm combining those flavors into mac and cheese. Actually, seashells and cheese. Let's cook.
Okay, that's nice. So what we're going to do with this is zoom out a bit. Last time I had a bunch of tripods sitting that. It's pretty dark in the corner there. Let's bring that down. And let's give it a little bit of light. Not sure why I always underexpose this, but it's laziness. Because, hey, Allison, 1K subs. That's nice of you, LV, to make that happen. You know, it took me a long time to get there, and LV's channel was partly supporting getting there. I probably spent 2 hours listening to Philippine music in the background one day, and just networking with people that came on the channel. And she made me a mod, so I could easily network with people. And I don't think it got me to the 1,000, but it got me a nice jump. So, and there was some interesting music. It wasn't Christmas at the time. Anyway, so we got this guy talking here. Now, is he bright enough? Yeah, he's bright enough. Let's make the shadows a bit brighter as well, because the green is supposed to be the same color everywhere, but we're losing some of our green there, so let's do that. And Premiere has a keying program called Ultra Key, and what it does
Actually,
is, hey, shut up. It makes the the green transparent, right? So let's look at that, get rid of the color. I know I always want to go aggressive because there's between light green and dark green. I might have to actually change the, that's not bad, right? So everything disappeared. Now, the problem is it didn't disappear completely, right? So let's ask it to give us the alpha channel. So the alpha channel is what lets the light shine through, as Leonard Cohen said. There's a crack, everything is a crack, and is that what's the light come in? So it's, we're not keying properly here, we're not keying properly here. Now, that wouldn't look bad as a shadow, but I want to see if we can do a better job. No, that's not a better job. Let's go darker. Okay, so that's not bad. Now we're clean here. We've got a little bit of spillage here because the green is the wrong color green. So there is a setting that changes the pedestal. The pedestal is the black level, basically. And move that over. Still not quite right. Let's see. Where is tolerance? See, tolerance is already pretty high. That's not going to make any difference. Maybe what we should try is coming over here and actually picking this stupid color in here. Now, look at that. That's not right. And you keep doing this. Used to be when they had this started with this program, it let you pick multiple colors. So I could click here and I could click here, and then they abandoned that. So let's go back to here and play a little bit with the. I'm moving my head around because the camera is blocking. Oh, that's what we're going to do. So if we just go a little bit darker there. Oh, that's nice. Let's see. I think we've probably got a pretty good looking key. Go back to composite. Now, what we're going to do, I've got a nice piece of go with the flow. Thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. I don't understand what that fountain thing is that's been in all of your last lives. Like, it's not really last live. But I keep looking at that thing. It's a statue of something. And I say, what is that? Or is it a bird bath? So the reason for doing this is I want a nautical looking background, right? Now, because I've used it before, I'm going to cheat. Let's just save this in case we screw it up. And we're going to go back to another edit. Let's say, what's a good one to look at? Mushroom bacon pasta. That's as good as any. I like that one. And see here, let's let this thing wake up a second here. Right, so this is the background that I'm using. It's the boat. It's a bunch of boats. There's no boat names in here, so we're not impinging on anybody's privacy. And we're going to bring steal that background. And so we're going to steal two backgrounds. The second one here, it really comes under my ingredients list, right? So this is my ingredients list. Let's go grab the ingredients list too while we're at it. Copy this, and we're going to use the seagull sound. And it was interesting. Yesterday we had a lot of seagulls. Not really the seagulls themselves flying by, but we had a lot of nice seagull sound. And hard to record. Might have done that if I'd known they were going to be out. So this is a pre-recorded seagull sound. Let's close this, get rid of this project. Let's save this stuff over here so we can play with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got down here where we have that little bit of a bleed through. The color looks good. So it worked out well. Let's just let's, 'cause change that a little bit just so that it's different from video to video. There we are. The guy looks good. Okay, so let's see. The intro is yeah. Sometimes you sub and then it disappears, and it must be YouTube. And I always tell people you got to leave a comment. There must be some algorithm to keep spammy subs out of the picture. So let's see. Okay, so where's the end of this?
Let's cook.
Let's cook. Okay. Is he a bit washed out? I think he's a bit washed out. Let's give him just a touch of saturation. That's a little bit overdone, but not bad. That's probably what I look like. The yellow is yellow, the white is white, and the black on the shirt is black. Okay, let's take this and move it over to the beginning as well. And then we will build our intro. So basically, oh shoot, I don't want to clobber. Pardon me, I don't want to clobber that soundtrack. So basically I have the introduction, and then I'm going to talk here, and I'm going to say let's cook, and then that's going to be the end of that. Okay, so let's take this guy's soundtrack, move it down one. I'm actually going to move it down two because this is recorded with a wireless microphone. This is a UHF wireless microphone, not the Bluetooth microphone that I'm using on the boat. How long is it taking me to edit? We're going to spend an hour on this today, and then I'm going to spend another hour doing the voiceover describing the ingredients. So it's basically 2 hours. Sometimes it takes 3 because I keep agonizing over what's the right thing to use here, what's the right thing to use there. And let's put this up here. Let's actually make a copy of this because we're going to need it again later on. And let's move this to the beginning. And it takes me a while, and then I decide I don't like the voiceover the way I've done it, so I got to redo that. Okay, we'll put that under here. I don't know how long this clip is. Pardon me, I don't know why I'm coughing. Okay, let's see. So here we've got this. This is the 14-second mark. Oh, pardon me. 14-second mark. Okay, so this is too short, right? What speed is this? I think it's already been slowed down. No, it's 100%. So what we'll do is we'll cut it off, first of all.
In combo.
Oh.
That flavor.
That was the intro. This is the outro. So I don't know why I moved the outro. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking too much talking, not enough keeping track of what you're doing here. Let's bring the outro back to here. Okay, now, and I'm going to move that up because I want on the same track because I want to do this nice little cross zoom that I'm using on every one of these shots.
Everybody.
Oh, we don't need that cough. How did I get a cough in there? Let's get rid of that cough. I think I didn't cut it. This is way too long.
Ketchupy, mustardy flavor in every bite. So in this recipe, cheeseburgers. The cheesy, ketchupy, mustardy flavor. Everybody loves cheeseburgers. The cheesy.
So this, Dorothy, is your explanation.
Mustardy flavor in every bite. So in this recipe, I'm combining those flavors into mac and cheese. Actually, seashells and cheese. Let's cook.
Okay, so we're going to break this apart. I'm not sure yet. This is what takes me time to. So I want it to be a little bit unique for each one. Okay, so that's going to come in there. Where's our cross zoom here? So let's put that in there. And we need that there. So now,
Everybody loves cheeseburgers.
so I've got 16 seconds before I'm introducing it. That's too long. People are going to lose interest. So let's make this shorter. Which end? So there's some empty pan there. Let's take out a few seconds. So what are we down to? We're left with 7 seconds. That's probably good enough. Okay. While we're here, we want a little bit of a fade for this sizzle sound. There we go. Now, okay, so we got this guy talking here. Talk. Cut that off there. We actually need enough for the cross zoom to work. And we've got an introduction now, right? So there's that. You know what? I'm going to just take a fast glance here at this. That green is kind of a sad-looking green onion. And what I want to do is I want to use this tool, HSL secondary, to make the greens darker. So let's just choose the green. Where's a good piece of green? There's a good piece of green. So now again, like we had before with the other key of me talking. And we want a little bit more green. Oh, no, that's too much with the yellow stuff. Is it? Okay, let's see. The green, see, the green and yellow are very close, so it's hard to move that over, and let's make it a lot darker. And this is applying these colors just to the green parts. So that I've seen greener looking green onions. Maybe if we move it over here. Is that an even better color? That's a bit better color. So that's Mr. Russian. We're not going to have a cookout on the boat, but thank you for your enthusiasm. Always a pleasure to have you here and have you provide some input to what we're trying to do. Always a pleasure. Okay, so now what I was saying before, somebody pointed out that in another video, it was one about liver and onions. And the liver and onions, I spent 2 minutes chopping up a piece of liver and some onions. And it was pointed out to me that that person's never going to get his 2 minutes back. So I don't want to spend 2 minutes cooking pasta, right? So here, this clip is how long? It's probably 12 seconds, putting some noodles in some water. And this is where we're introducing. Okay, so that's good. We're going to cook some noodles. Now, how much more cooking noodles do we need? We're just going to stir it. Okay. Okay, so I actually used 4 cups of noodles because I wanted to make it a bit extra. But that's not the exciting part. Let's stir this. And then the voiceover will say something, okay, we're going to let that cook for 10 minutes. And while that's cooking, we're going to do something else. So, do I have putting the lid down? Yes, I do have putting the lid down. You know, when I was photographing this stuff on the boat, see, there's the logo for this this product here. I don't really want that logo showing up. Okay, we're going to stir for a second. That's enough stirring. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to close the lid. How about there? And what we're going to do here. Okay, so this has to get moved up just a hair. Let's bring it up just a hair. One more hair, 529. That's a lower number, right? So 527. Now, does it look smooth? Yeah. Okay, and so I don't want this logo to show up here. So I'm just going to lower this and zoom out just a little bit so it looks good without having the logo here. So the problem with logos is that if any of this gets into the cookbook world, then people are going to be worrying about copyrights. So that looks nice. I love it. Okay, so what we want with this is we want it to be over here at the beginning. So we're going to finish the introduction, and we're going to bring that down. Pardon me again. We're going to stick that in there. We're going to bring that in there. We're going to go back to our cross zoom. Put that there. Put that there because we want the background to zoom at the same time as the foreground. SKD. Thank you for coming aboard. Let's just go check out your channel. You got stuff. I'll subscribe to you. I'll subscribe to you right now. And I'll look at some of your stuff later. Let's give you a wrench network away. Keep the trolls out. Is there a song? Who let the trolls out? Okay, so now what does this look like? So this guy says, let's cook.
Let's cook.
Okay. Noodles, that's nice. And we're going to say something. Okay, so here, how many seconds is this? This is from 38 to 29, so 10 seconds. The voiceover is going to say something. I don't know what happened. More people have come, I guess. So 10 seconds is good to say we're going to make some noodles. We're going to use seashells instead of traditional macaroni. The thing with seashells is the sauce gets inside them, so every mouthful is a little bit saucier. Whereas macaroni, very little gets inside the macaroni. The other thing is when I eat macaroni, I always eat it with a spoon. And I thought this would look better being fork-based. Okay, so now because we don't want to have all this time dedicated to cooking macaroni, we're going to cut up some tomato. We can do that later. So we're going to, I did it in this sequence because it's easy to manage. I'm a meanie. Don't want people dying from eating my food. Then, so let's cut to, okay, so put in some spices, and the tomatoes here. So we're going to take these two pieces and move them here. So it's recorded out of sequence because it's easy to manage that way. I don't have to move the lights. I don't have to move the cooking surface. Okay, so here, let's make this a bit smaller. Zoom out. Okay. I don't know how big this is going to be, but I guess I'm going to have to move every one of them. That's nice. Okay. Okay, so we're going to use 1/3 of a pound of meat. putting it in the pan, breaking it up. How much excitement can you have breaking up a bunch of meat? Okay, how many seconds is that? 22 seconds. That's way too long. Okay, let's, do we need the beginning? No, don't need that. Okay, we'll start from there. We're actually dumping the meat into the pan. Hey, SKD. We're cutting it up. Okay, now. So the problem is this is going to get way too short, but there's not much we can do about it. Pardon me. Hey, TT. Thank you for coming aboard. Thank you for coming aboard. Always nice to have new people. Okay, so what are we doing here? Basically, so here, okay, the exciting part is when we're stirring it and the meat's starting to turn brown. And then what settings were 1187-596-71. 1187-596 is basically just positioning the coordinates so they're consistent. Yeah, that's good. Now, what do we want to do here? We want to have some stirring for a few seconds. We don't really need that much of breaking up the meat. Let's take that out. So a little bit more interesting. We start stirring it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about with the pardon me again. Maybe a drink of water. Where's the cold water? This is the cold water. There you go. I will go with the flow. We'll talk to you again. Okay, so let's see. Some nice sizzle there. We're going to have to get some sizzle going here. So we're going to steal some of the sizzle sound and move it over there. Okay, so now we're here. And we're putting some garlic powder. And again, I'm trying not to show the labels. There's the onion powder. There's the onion flakes. Mix it all up. And there's that. So that's enough. It's not that long that it'll be too boring. And it's I can find enough to say about it. Okay, so now we're going to taste the noodles to make sure they're good. I guess I did it twice, right? So here I've got testing noodles. Let's put in some noodles. Okay, we'll take this one. So we've got the meat going, and now we're going to. Oh no, we can't do that, right? That doesn't make sense because it's a one-pot meal. So we can't be out of sequence here. Let's rethink this. This is not conducive to. Okay, what we'll do is we'll take this tomato chopping up and put it after here, right? So we close this. And we're going to cut up some tomato into small pieces. That's good. That's good. Okay, way too long, 24 seconds. You can make it twice as fast. It still will look good. 180%. I'm amazed I don't cut myself. The yeah, SKD. Watch the rest of the channel, and everything that there is to say is in the channel. Now, a lot of videos, so finding the right one might be a challenge, but let's go for that. So here we're going to cut up the tomatoes. And while we're cutting up the tomatoes, we're going to now go to, okay, here we're putting the noodles aside. What was this setting here? 1187.596. 1187.596. Pardon me. 1187.596. 71. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so we've got the, oh no, that's not right. Let's move one here way over to the center. I guess I moved everything at that point because I chopped up the tomatoes. Okay, we're going to test the noodles. And we're going to say it's done. How many seconds is this? 7 seconds. That's good. And then we're going to dish them out. I apologize for all of this coughing. I don't know what's going on here. It's getting cold. Winter's coming. Is that good? Let's go down just a hair. Okay, let's see. How many seconds do we need for putting noodles aside? That's good. Partly because, again, I cheated and made extra noodles. 8 seconds. We'll see how much I have to say about that. Pardon me. There's no mute button on Kayayu and stirred and steamed spinach. That sounds good. Okay, so now here we're doing that. Okay, so that can't be done. Let's take this. This is what takes a lot of time to keep second guessing what's going to tell a good story. So, but you know, if you're working on a television show, then you're going to get the same kinds of effort. So we've got that. Now we're checking the. Okay, we cut up the tomatoes. Now we're checking that. We're putting the noodles aside, and it's only 1 minute in. I don't know if I really like that. It's a little bit too short, too fast. Okay, so now we're going to do the meat. Bring that in. Okay, so we don't need this clip. Let's get rid of it. Number 100. Use one time. Yes, you're gone. Where is my number 100? Number 100 is toast. Okay, who's next? So now what else do I have here? I've got another noodle cooking one here. He's toast. We don't want him. Number 99. You're toast. Number 99. Where's number 99? There you are. So I guess I took a lot of shots of this because I didn't know what I needed. and what I was going to do with it. Now, what's going to happen? One of those is going to end up on Adobe stock because it's a nice picture of cooking noodles. And I'm assuming that people need pictures of cooking noodles for their okay, let's bring that together. So we're doing that. That's it. We did the new cut up the tomato. Let's make that shorter. How are we doing for time? 9:23. I need to wrap up around 9:40. So I'd like to at least have the first rough cut of this. Add some tomatoes. We're going to squish them to let the juice out. I think I used that sentence in another recipe. We're going to add just a little bit of broth. Because it's a little bit too dry. Okay. Let's make this 71 as well. And no, let's just move it over. Okay, so there we're going to see the logo. So let's make it a bit bigger. So you can see the logo. What am I going to do about that? I guess I don't really care about that. We just won't use that one in a copyright. Yeah, be kind, guys. Be kind. Otherwise, Nightbot is going to come and give you a timeout. And you know when Nightbot starts getting upset with you, then that's not good for anybody. So please be kind. Okay, so there. What do we do here? Okay, we're doing some what spice? Oh, with some salt. Okay. Now the question is, yeah, that's already got the sauce, so I can't do that. But the salt being out of sequence is not the end of the world. And what are we doing now? Okay, so now we're getting into the cheeseburger part, right? We had onion powder. The garlic powder. The garlic isn't really a cheeseburgery kind of thing. Okay, so here we're putting in the ketchup. I was going to put in tomato paste. I was going to put in the tomato paste, but I figured, no, it's a cheeseburger. Cheeseburgers have ketchup. Cheeseburgers don't have tomato paste, so we're going to put some mustard. And that flavor was, I didn't know what to expect, but that flavor was the, be kind or Mr. Nightbot is going to time you out. Okay, what are we doing here? Now we're adding some cream. It's a small world, and let's keep it friendly. And now we're adding some cheese. So we're getting to the point where the rough cut is almost done. Got some bubbling going on here. Oh, I'm tasting it. Yeah, we want to taste it. So the taste tests, I think, are important. Sorry, Mr. Russian. I think Mr. Nightbot has timed you out for a few seconds. Look like you deleted all your messages. That's not what I thought he was going to do. But again, Nightbot is Nightbot is Nightbot. So I try not to argue with him because he does do some good things. Okay, we're going to put the noodles in the sauce. Going to take out a few seconds here because the camera doesn't record any sound. What am I doing here? Okay, I'm tasting it. We don't need that long to. What time are we up to? We're up to 9:29. So I do have to wrap up. I do have to wrap up. What do we got here? So we're mixing it. We're mixing and mixing and mixing. And then we're serving, serving, and serving. Let's take a few seconds out of here. So this is too short. It's only 5 minutes. Then we're going to have the captain come in here. Let's see what the captain had to say. No, Nightbot is good. I like Nightbot. Let's leave him. Let's leave Nightbot alone.
That flavor cake.
Nightbot is my friend. So let's go here. The let's see.
Quite authentic cheeseburger. An amazing combo.
Okay, so that's good. It's the end of that. Then we're going to bring in the ingredients. So these ingredients are the ingredients for something else. But basically that's the ingredient thing there. So that's basically the edit. Let's assume the ingredients are just as long, but they're not, because the ingredients are basically, what are the ingredients? One-third pound lean ground beef. What else have we got? Then we've got 4 cups pasta. And then we've got, let's get rid of that so I don't have to retype. It wasn't 6 cherry tomatoes. It was, pick a number, 4 ounces. Pardon me. Yeah, be kind, guys. Come on. This is not the place to to get in. Anyway, so that's basically it. And that's that. So let's see. It's not going to take that long to read that. So that's my edit. I'm going to see. We've got some good sizzle. We've got some good cooking sounds. I have to write the the okay, so we're going to put a stop to this this live. I think we've accomplished what we want to. We're getting into a chat screening match, and I think it's time